Barakati Hawa, Barakati Hawa Shai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Hawa Shai, Barakati Hawa, Barakata Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rokakadash. That belongs to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing his word in sincerity and truth. With humiliation all across the province, to you I salute. This is the brother Desire one back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. And I want to get into a brief lesson going into this article. It says, Australia just became the world's first search prison. Citizens forced to upload digital ID to use Google. You see that? Citizen forced to use digital ID to use Google. Alright, and we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, this is what it's coming down to. Alright, it ain't gonna be no more anonymous. Alright, you gotta identify yourself. Alright, you're gonna have to identify yourself. Now, and that always a testing ground over there in Australia. I think for the elites. So, hey, pretty much very soon this is gonna come. Alright, across the whole world. Alright. It's gonna come across the whole world, pretty much. Alright, this right here, because everybody gonna need a digital ID to participate in society. You're gonna need a digital ID. Alright, okay, that's the talk now. Digital ID. This is what it's gonna come down to. But pretty much, these devils, this society is going to be run by technocrats. You know what I mean? And the power is going to be in their hands. It's going to tell you how you should live along with the system, AI system. But this digital ID, you're going to have to identify yourself. So it says, it's happening. The open internet is dying before our eyes. It says, in Australia, a new wave of regulation is quietly transforming the web into a monitored ID verified space where anonymity no longer exists. Anonymity no longer exists, meaning you're going to have to identify yourself. Alright, no more sitting behind the computer, relax, sitting down. You're going to have to, every time you get online, you will have to identify yourself. Put in your digital ID. Alright, you're gonna either fingerprint, but it's fingerprint or facial recognition. You know what I mean? You will have to identify yourself under the guise of protecting children. Alright, which we know. Being ignorant of Satan's devices. Alright? Being ignorant of Satan's devices. Alright? They want to contract and control. Alright, that's their plan. 2 Corinthians 2:11. That Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices or schemes. Alright, they saying under the guise of protecting children. But it says Australians will soon be forced to verify their age and by extension their identity every time they log into a search engine like Google or Bing. You gotta identify yourself. The government calls it the age assurance. Critics are calling it what it really is. The first step towards a digital ID prison planet. This is what it's coming down to. A dystopia future is coming. Alright? And you got people out here in deny it. They don't believe these stuff coming on this earth. Says Australia Safety Commissioner has officially registered a new industry code that compels major search providers to enforce age verification for all users. The move is framed as a safety measure, supposedly to keep minors away from adult content. But the methods of enforcement tell a darker story. The code allows providers to verify a user's age through photo ID, facial recognition, credit card data, or government ID like a digital wallet. You see that? You see that? You see what is coming down to? Very soon. This is gonna come upon the whole world. All right, the infrastructure is being set up. You see that the code allows providers to verify a user's age through photo ID, facial recognition, credit card data. All right. You see, they setting up all these digital, these data centers. All right, the Tower of Babel. All right, these digital centers, these data centers. It's a lot. All right. This is what it's coming down to. Okay, or government linked digital ID wallet. All right, so you're gonna have to identify yourself. Okay, we ain't ignorant Satan devices, man. Okay, we tell these people these times is coming on this earth. All right, they wanna track you. All right, and you know it's gonna be a talk on free speech. They wanna silence free speech. All right, so when draconian measures set up, you know, they could easily come look for you. You know, you see what's happening over there in Brazil. You see what's happening over there in Brazil. All right, this digital ID makes it more clear. They could track and trace you. All right, let me show you something. All right, it says Brazil partners with Bill Gates to arrest citizen who post offensive things online. Brazil's radical authoritarian government has announced a new partnership with Bill Gates aimed at tracking and arresting citizens who post disinformation and hate speech online. The new project is designed to monitor, track, and arrest citizens who post offensive things on social media. You see that? It's an attack on truth. Okay? It's coming. It's coming. And they're using this AI. They're using this AI. Okay? They're using the AI system. Shalaki, right? They're using this AI system, boy. Okay? Let's get a quick precept. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, and let me read it in the NLT. It says Habakkuk 2 in the NLT. It says 2 and 2. Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plain on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. All right, these are the camps ain't carrying the correct message. You get a lot of false prophets out there. They ain't carrying the correct message. The prophets of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. All right, the true prophets, starting with the great mill, starting with the great millstone, and those who follow the same likewise doctrine of the great millstone. Okay, the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai sounding the alarm, carrying the correct message to others to warn what's coming. All right, brothers doing your beautiful lessons every other day, pushing prophecies, telling the people what's coming. But you got these other camps talking a whole bunch of shit. All right, verse 3, the vision is for a future time. Okay, the infrastructure is being set up. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. It will surely take place, because guess what? You're seeing the infrastructure being set up. Okay? Okay? You no more behind a computer that's sitting down, you know what I mean? They're gonna track you and know who you are. So if you post any offensive things online, they come and arrest you. Like you see what's happening there in Brazil. You gotta identify yourself. It says, under the guise of protecting children, Australians will soon be forced to verify the age and by extension their identity every time they log into a search engine like Google or Bing. The government calls it age assurance. Critics are calling it what it really is: the first step towards a digital ID prison planet. So I'm gonna read about Salakia. Let me jump on now and then read about it. It says, think about What that means, to perform a Google search, something that used to be as natural and anonymous as breathing. All right, because yeah, you could search anything up, whatever you want to search. But guess what? Once you put in your, once you verify yourself, they know you are. So, you know, you may soon have to upload government issued identification or submit your face to an algorithm. You see that? Every keystroke, every curiosity, every question you ever ask the internet could be tied directly to your verified identity. You see that? This devil ain't playing, you know. This coming. Everything you do. So these the last days, you know, whereby, you know, you was free to basically browse the internet, do what you want to do. No, you're gonna be tracked and traced. All right. It says every question you ever ask the internet could be tied directly to your verified identity. No pseudonyms. What is this? A facetious name, especially used by an author. Okay. No more hiding. It says no incognito mode, no escape. They're gonna find who you are, because you can have to identify yourself who you are. All right. Okay. This dystopian shift didn't appear overnight. It's a part of a broader framework laid down by the Digital ID Act 2024, which came into effect last year. The act sold as a voluntary measure to streamline government services, conveniently open the door for private companies to integrate the same ID system. Now search engines, the gateway to all human knowledge, are becoming the latest extension of a digital grid. Once your ID is tied to your search activity, the infrastructure for total surveillance is in place. See why I say to track and trace you. All right, we ain't ignorant of this devil's devices, this mischievous man. Okay, that's why the scripture tells us this. Okay. Salaki, right? We can't worry over these things because the Lord got us. They want to silence the truth. They want to know who you are. It says, this is Psalms 37:1, a psalm of David. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. All right, don't fret yourself over evildoers. Esau, Edom. There's a other one I want. All right. There's another one I want. Salakia, right? There's another one I want. There's another one I want. Salakia, right? Right. This is Psalm 37:7. Rest in Lord and wait patiently for him. And that's what the hopeful elect is going to do. Wait till I rise at the pre. Fret not thyself because of him who prospered in his way, because of him who bring wicked devices to pass. Because these times have to come. All right? So don't fret yourself. You know, the Lord got us. We know some brothers are going to get arrested. Some brothers are going to be martyrs for this truth. But hey, it is what it is. These times have to come. As we enter into now more and scrappier things, it's going to get harder. Okay? It says, Psalm 37:7 in NLT, be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes. So we ain't worrying. We can continue to trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, because these times are coming on this earth. Okay? It says, in practice, this means that nearly every Australian will be affected. Google controls over 90% of the country's search traffic. Providers that fail to enforce the new rules for penalty Rules face penalties up to 49.5 million per breach. No company can afford that, so they'll comply. They'll err on the side of maximum data collection. They can comply. You see that? The justification is always the same: safety, child protection, responsibility. But these are the same buzzwords that have accompanied every major erosion of digital freedom. First is social media moderation, then fact checking, and now age verification with search. Once digital identity becomes normalized, it will no longer be limited to adult content or risky behavior. The same framework can easily be applied to speech, transaction, travel, or even political affiliation. You see that? So everything is coming together. The infrastructure is being set up. These are the last days of free speech. The last of the last days. So if I'm in the word will be around the corner. Ain't far. Okay, let's get that. Farming the word ain't far. Okay? This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. It said, Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see how crazy it is over there in Brazil? It's crazy. It says, critics have already sounded alarm warning that this is the Trojan horse for a global digital ID regime. You see that? Global digital ID. Okay, it's coming. Okay, it is coming. All right. Ain't nothing you can do. It is coming. All right. There's another, because I hear Jake say, man, he don't think money, cash going away or if I really think the microchip coming. I say, but you all got to be fucking crazy. Okay. Check this out, right? This for these wicked ass people. Okay, let me get this in the NLT. Our people don't believe. This is Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, you heard that proverb they quote in Israel that time passes and prophecies come to nothing. Tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will put an end to this proverb and you will soon stop quoting it. Never give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. Every prophecy. And we seeing that. There'll be no more false vision and flattering predictions in Israel. For I am the Lord. I will say it and it will happen. There'll be no more delays. You rebels of Israel, I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime. I, the sovereign Lord, has spoken it. Then this message came to meet the Lord. You see that? But it says, I, the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have spoken it. So ain't gonna be no more false vision and flattering predictions in Israel. It says the time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. Every prophecy. Including, all the set it up for the microchip. The infrastructure is being set up. Then you can have social credit score, all that online. If your social credit score low, you won't be able to even, able to access nothing online. Because everything will be tied to your bank card, everything will be tied to this digital ID. So crazy times is coming, man. Crazy times is coming. But I just want to bring those to spirit and power. You have a shy. Yeah, man. Shalom.